All right, welcome back. So in this particular commentary, we'll be looking at the trade on USDJPY. So this trade actually gave me 16 RR in total. So the first entry gave 10.5 RR. The second entry gave 5.5 RR. Then the third entry was a miss entry, and this third entry is supposed to, my target was 6 RR, but it was a miss entry. So had it been that this third entry actually triggered, so that would have been like 16 plus 6, that is 22 RR in 1 week. So now this first entry was on the Monday, right? So now from our the way we approach the market, rejection, breakout, and key level, SLK. So now let's go to Friday, right? Because this is Monday. I'm using the price action on Friday to trade Monday. So let's go to the daily chart on Friday and see what price did, right? Now going to the daily charts. Or JPY this way, their price action was too clean. Now this is what price did on Friday. This is rejection and close, right? Now this is a bearish open and close key level that was disrespected impulsively with an impulsive candle. Then price came back to it and it rejected price massively and closed bullish. Now, if you look at this, if you understand candlestick very well, this this price action on Friday alone is enough to this price action on Friday alone is enough to tell you that you are only looking for buys on Monday. But then we always want to have confirmation. Now this price action on Friday, it gave us a pattern we call the hammer or the haram, or yeah, we call it the hammer, right? We call it the hammer. Either hammer, some people call it hammer and some people call it harame. This is hammer, right? And not only that is a hammer, is a bullish hammer. So the price closing bullish has a is giving you a strong signal that there is more of bullish force or there is more of bullish pressure coming in the market. So daily rejected daily. So we want to go down to one time frame lower and look for a breakout. So if there is a breakout upwards, then this price action will now confirm. We now be looking for only buys. Now, look, if you're on the daily as well, looking at the key level, right? If you change this to line chart, looking at the key level of interest, because whenever you're buying, from our understanding of key level, I told us that key level can be used for entry and OCs. Now, this would have been the first key level to be targeting for exits, like to take profit. Now, this is the overall key level for me, right? This is overall key level for me, but I actually took profit before reaching here. So, but why I did not use this key level, because I have something here. This is the previous week high. So I targeted the previous week high, right? This is the previous week high. I just targeted the previous week high because for price come to this key level and previous week high is here, simply means that if price should come here, it will not just leave this previous week high. So I know that the previous week high will go, which is a liquidity. So now, but if you're on the candlestick chart, you are going to see that after the previous week high, we have a key level here, right? We have a key level here. This is the bullish open and close, and that was the exact points I took my profit. So the idea and the logic was simple: take out this previous week high, which is a liquidity, then kiss the key level. That was where I took profit on the first and second entry. Then for the third entry, I was now targeting this overall high, right? But price did not trigger my third entry, right? So that is looking at the daily projection. But now this projection will only be valid if we have confirmation. So go down to one time frame lower. All right, go down to one time frame lower. So this is still Friday, right? So if you change this to line charts, you change it to line chart, you're going to see that we have a breakout here. We have a breakout here. So with this alone, I already know that I have a confirmation. But now maybe if you feel like this breakout, it wasn't clear for you or you are doubting it, you can also start building, you can also build your storyline again. This is H4. Because on H4, we still have H4 rejects H4. So if H4 rejects H4, we go down to one time frame lower, which is H1, right, for confirmation. So if you come down to H1, if you come down to H1, change to line chart, you will now be able to see the breakout more clearly. Right. So after seeing this rejection breakout, so that means the buy move have been confirmed. So what's now next is to start looking for buy continuation. Now this is where I supposed to have my first buy, but I missed this entry. Right. The moment I miss this entry, I miss this first buy entry that happened here. And this buy entry was clean. And this happened at New York. Sorry, this happened in London. This 10 a.m. right? But I miss it. I actually getting on New York. That was 15 3 p.m. That is 15:00. I got in on New York. That is 15:00. That is 3 p.m. That is when I got in on the trade. But now this is the first entry, and this first entry also has a clear liquidity before it. But then I missed this first entry. So when I missed this first entry, I also saw that okay, this is a key level, and H1 rejects H1. I just went down to M30 to see if I could be able to see what will give me a clue to start buying, right? So coming to M30, looking at this rejection, and now look at a key level. Since I already know that is the buys. Now this is a bullish open and close, a bearish open and close key level, right? Price supposed to use it for sales, but now price disrespected it impulsively. So this was not the key level I played. Now you see that had it been I also played this key level, price would have tagged me in, right? But this is the key level I use for my first entry because I was looking at this as the liquidity. Maybe let's go down to 15 minutes and see what we have there. So if you come down to 15 minutes, you can also be able to see this bullish open and close, right? Also on 15 minutes gave us a clear, for those that understand other blog. If you don't understand other blog, I have a video on the channel on other blog. So this is another blog, right? So it's either you use it as key level or use it as other blog, whichever one you understand, fine. The main thing is you have an entry and you are making money. That is the main thing. So that is how I picked my first entry on Monday, right? This was my first entry on Monday. Then the second entry was on the Wednesday, right? Now I think my bias for this second entry, I wasn't doing anything special. I just understanding where price, the overall move or the overall target. I was now looking for continuations, right? But then let's look at if Tuesday count is giving us a clue, right? Because we are using Tuesday to trade Wednesday. Right, this is Wednesday and this is Tuesday. Now, if you look at Tuesday candle, Tuesday actually gave us a clue, right? Tuesday gave us a clue because this is an open and close key level, and there was rejection, right? Daily reject daily. If you go down to H4, you see a breakout. So the breakout is there itself. No need to they reject a daily. This is the breakout. So the breakout was clear. This is the first. This is the second, right? This is the third. So you have series of breakouts. You have series of breakouts. So you just to look for, since price is breaking out to the upside and going up, you just to look for continuations, right? Now for this continuation entry, let's look at what I did here. Now this was the exact same thing I did on Euro JPY, right? But unfortunately, JPY just hit SL, but this guy did not hit SL. So right, I was playing this V-shaped key level, right? And also, if you look at this V-shaped key level, you see that is an obvious V-shaped key level. And also, okay, let me just go back to JPY. Let's check something. Now, if you change this to line charts, we are going to see that there was not a clear liquidity here on JPY. But now, if you go to Euro JPY, if you change it to a line chart, you are going to see that price actually gave a clear liquidity. This is the clear liquidity, right? So maybe it's because of this liquidity that this guy became more valid than Euro JPY. So Euro JPY, there was no clear liquidity here, but on this guy there was liquidity. Maybe if you go down to 15 minutes or M30, you are going to see the liquidity more clearer, right? So this is the liquidity, right? So, and also for those that understand, another thing that gave me confidence to actually take this second entry is candlestick pattern. So for those of us that understand candlestick pattern, or I think I've already taught us the candlestick pattern. Now we have what we call the morning star here. Yeah, what we call the morning star. These three candle pattern. Sorry, let me. So if you are still having issue with candlestick pattern, you can go through the videos on candlestick pattern. Now these three candle pattern, 1, 2, 3, they are the morning star. We call it the morning star. From our rule of morning star, the first candle must be bearish and part of a downtrend. Now, the second candle can be of any type, but the most important thing is that it has to be the lowest of the trend. Now, the third candle must be must be bullish. Since we are looking to buy, the third candle must be bullish. So, and this three pattern perfectly perfectly satisfy those three key rules we look out for when we are looking at either morning star or evening star. So when I saw that, okay, this is a morning star, and also this morning star gave me was forming a, if I change to line chart, it was giving me a key level to play from. So that was when I was not confident to pick this entry, and this entry happened in Asia. I happened in Asia. This is 2 a.m. Right, so I was confident, my confidence level on this entry increased when I saw that, okay, that was actually a morning star, which is one of the candlestick pattern that signal or give us buy signal, or that tells us that there is a buy momentum coming into the market. So now this is second entry. The second entry delivered 5 RR. Now the same thing was what I was doing to pick the third entry. Remember, I'll like if you be looking at my entry or the setup I drop, you notice that I love playing with key level that overlap with imbalance. So that was what I wanted to do on this third entry. Now, the moment price take out this, because this is an A-shaped key level that's supposed to be used for sales. But now price disrespected it. So that means it's not acting as a flip zone. I'll now be using it for a buy. And also for another context, why this key level is valid, even up till now, it's still valid because before price breaks it, this key level, price has used it for sales. So from what I explained to us on key level, right? Whenever price uses a key level frequently, that key level has more context. So this key level, it has sponsored sales before price break it. So this is a strong key level. And also this key level overlaps with an imbalance, right? I've explained imbalance or AVG or inefficiency for us. So if you don't understand it, go back to the video on I did on AVG. Right, so there's an AVG here, there's an imbalance here. So this key level overlapping with an imbalance. So this like the best kind of entry that I use for move because it has more context. So I was looking to pick this third entry from here, right? And I wanted to do 6 RR here, but unfortunately, price did not come down to this level. But see what price did. Now, if you pay attention to what I use for this second entry and pay attention to what price used to move here, we are going to notice something similar. We are going to notice something similar. And also from what I've taught us, the high and the low of Asians, right? They are liquidity levels. But now this move happened on Friday, right? On Friday. Okay, I think I was having network issues on Friday. I was having network issues on Fridays. So that is why I actually missed this. Because I've already set my limit before the whole network issues, right? Because this is a key level, right? This is a key level, and this is a V-shaped key level. And this is liquidity. This is Asian low. This is a liquidity. So maybe by seeing that okay, price is not coming down and seeing this is another place to have played from. Maybe if I've played from here, price should have given. Let me see how many hour price did. Price should have at least delivered 3 hour. But then let's let it not just be an oversight. I will stick to what I had on my bias, right? Maybe even if I have network safe, I might not even be able to see this because I already have where I'm waiting for price. But now this is a miss entry, right? Also, if you want to also look at the storyline to know that if we have anything supporting this buy move on Friday, let's go back to daily and see what Thursday did because we want to use Thursday to trade Friday. We want to use Thursday to trade Friday. Now this is Friday, this is Thursday. Now if you are looking at Thursday, let's see if Thursday gave us any clue to trade Friday. This is Thursday. Now this is an open and close key level. This open and close key level. The key the for you to have an open and close key level, you need to have two candles of the same type. Right? These two candles of the same type, they are opening and closing price forms a key level. Now this Thursday candle tapped that open and close key level, the bullish open and rejected and closed above it. Then just go down to one time frame lower, which is H4, and look for breakouts. The moment H4 gives you a breakout, then you are good to go. As simple as that, right? So this is where the rejection, because this is where the rejection and closure happen, and this is the breakout. And it was even on that breakout level that I was using as my entry. This is the breakout. So price rejected from the key level and gave us breakouts, right? Price rejected from the key level gave us a breakout. Then maybe coming down to H1, you now be able to see things more clearly. So that was why I was just looking to buy from here. Here makes more sense to buy from, right? But then price did not trigger it. So basically for this, for JPY, USDJPY, the first entry gave 10.5. That is for me, oh, for the level where I look to take profit. The first entry gave me 10.5. The second entry gave me 5.5. That is an overall 16 RR in one trading week, which is good. But if you now want to look at the overall thing that price did, its price gave more than that. But from what I've showed us on the daily, why I was using that point as my exit, right? I've explained it. This is an open and close key level, right? This is a bullish open and close key level that was disrespected. Remember, price supposed to use this for buy, but now it was disrespected. That means price is now going to use it for sales. Now, this high here is the previous week high. PWH, previous week high. From what I've explained to us on liquidity, this is one of the liquidity zones in the market. And I know that, okay, since this liquidity zone, once price pick this liquidity, is going to react from this key level. So that is why both my first and second entry was at this key level. Then my third entry now was not targeting this overall high. So because the idea is let me first of all have some close position on this first and second entry here. Then if I pick the third entry targeting that high, even if price did not come there and come here, maybe reverse and do whatever. If price hit SL, since I already have closed like 16 hour here, like I'm still in massive profit, right? So and I took both trades, and this was when the first entry triggered and was still active, right? And I've okay, this was the proof of execution. So I execute both trades. I don't drop trades. I don't execute. Right. So this is when I closed the first trade. I think I first closed USDJPY before I closed JPY. Now, so this is that third entry that wasn't triggered. So for the USDJPY, when price did 4RR, I took partials because I always like to take partials at least to be sure that even if it's to take out the risk, I took partials, then move my first entry to SL. Sorry, move my SL to entry on the first entry. So this is now the overall RR for the first entry. But for the second entry, I didn't take partials on the second entry. So this is where I took the second entry. This is the overall take profits, right? So now if you look at the whole day scenario, you're just going to notice that it just as simple as coming to your daily chart, look for rejection, wait for breakouts, then look for entries. Then also, if you are looking for entry, also try to know where the likely place where price will react for your exits. So personally, if my storyline is starting from the daily, I always want to use the daily key level as my take profit or as my exit point in the market. Right. So you can decide to do what works for you. But me, if I'm coming from daily, I will always use daily as my take profit, right? If I'm coming from daily, I will only use daily as my take profit. And also, if I look at the chart and know where the overall distance, that is now where you see me swing. That is where you see me swing a lot because this entry was on Monday, but I closed the trade on Friday. So that is like was this on Friday? Let me confirm. This was on okay. I closed the trade on Thursday. Closed the trade on Thursday. So that is like holding in trade for 4 days. So, but you need to have that and know where price is going for you to actually hold trades, right? So, because of time, I might not go through I might not go through the trade on SAU, USD and GBP but GBP is the same thing as has almost same storyline and entry as what I've just showed us in USDJPY and EURJPY, right? And also for SAUS, it's still the same thing, the same approach, rejection, breakout, and key level for entry, right? So that should be all for now. So we'll meet again during the weekend for the next market commentary. And like I always do, I only do commentary on the trades I take, right? So any trade I did not take or any setup I did not trade, I don't like, let it not be like a hindsight because I always want to show you how I do it so that you know, okay, I'm not just showing you, I'm also taking the trade. It's the whole idea of doing the market commentary is to show you my thought process and the logic behind why I take the trades I take. So I believe in doing that. You might pick one or two to add to what you already know or to improve your the way you trade. I thank you once more. So see you on weekend for another commentary. Cheers.